Everybody else gets up for breakfast and gets going. And if you don't, you're going to be left in the dust. I can promise you that.
Every year was a new challenge, a new opportunity, or a problem to be solved.
I think it starts with answering the telephone on the first ring and goes right on from there, right through the system.
It's not going to fall out of the sky. Nobody's going to hand it to you on a silver platter. You have to go out and build those markets, find a niche, find a demand, and fill that demand with the kind of product that people are willing to pay a handsome price for. My grandfather and my grandmother moved here and proved up on their homestead in 1895. It was, a lot of hard work. And we're here today because they persevered and didn't give up and leave. So our family really started in the fruit business probably in the early 1920s. At that time, most of the fruit, especially cherries, were sold at auction in the metropolitan centers in the United States. New York was a major market, Chicago, Boston, Philadelphia, Minneapolis were all auction markets, and we would load them on rail cars, and they would go back and they would be sold by grower lot at auction. Even in the 1930s, we were provided fourth morning delivery by the railroad into the East Coast. And if the market had deteriorated on the fifth morning, you filed a claim and got the difference. I got out of the Army in 1946. My father was killed in an accident in 1947, and my mother and I farmed together through the remaining 40s and 50s. We married in 1950 and had a family. Our economic situation was very poor. In fact, my wife and I often thought that there must be an easier way to make a living. 1958, we got a return for our cherry crop. We had a net credit of $88 at the warehouse. So my wife one day said to me, figure out what you're doing wrong and fix it, or go down to Alcoa and get a job and support this family. The next summer I was in New York, went to the auction there and went down, walking down Wall Street and checking out the whole scene, and they were selling our fruit there on the street market. And I looked at the fruit, and it hit me all of a sudden. My wife was absolutely right. What was wrong is this fruit looked great when we had it. By the time that it arrived in the market, it lost it. It just didn't have any sales appeal at all. I knew the answer. We had to do a better job. We had to do a better job of getting that product from the farm to the consumer. We'd come back and talk to our warehouse. One of the gentlemen who was on the board said, well, that's good. Now, how do you think we're going to pay for this? We haven't got any money. There's no way we can do what you're suggesting that we do. And so I implemented some of those practices myself. I learned some of the secrets. Pick early in the morning, have it in the cold storage within an hour of harvest. So the people that handled the product had an immediate response in the auction markets. So we implemented that. In 1960, we started packing our own fruit. That marketing business, the packing and marketing grew right along with the industry here in the state of Washington.
One of the driving factors was the application of technology. For example, integrated pest management, the application and the development of CA storage. The introduction of a broad array of new strains and varieties. We've been able to develop a great labor force. So those are some factors that I see are have happened in my lifetime that have influenced the fruit industry. But I can reflect back and the overall picture. I think the single biggest thing that we can all be thankful for and appreciative of is bringing the water to the land. If you haven't got it, haven't got that water, you haven't got anything. Everybody knows that. Stemilt's success, I think, largely is being in the right place at the right time. And after the Second World War, about 1950 and into the 60s, we were doing a lot of export business to Europe. And then at the same time, the market in the Orient developed. Taiwan, Hong Kong, Bangkok, down to Jakarta, and the Philippines. And so there was a huge increase in export business. And again, that spurred more growth in the industry. In 1974, we bought some property at the old station near Wenatchee. Have been building there since, and we just kept adding as our markets grew. We've invested in facilities and equipment to provide that service for ourselves as well as other growers on a commercial basis. I couldn't be more pleased or satisfied. Get 30 pounds of mail again, and get to the office and the phones are ringing and they're talking all over the world and moving the product. I go to the packing room and people are packing. There's 20 trucks in the yard waiting to be loaded. I go to the bank with a $2 million deposit. Now that gives me, that's exciting for me, and I love it. I'll have to tell you that I am more proud of my family than I am anything that I've ever done. We see the necessity that if we're going to be here, truth of the matter is we're just a caretaker here for a very short time in the overall. And it's important that we leave that as good as we possibly can, and better if we can. I don't know what to say except that I've been absolutely blessed. The Lord has blessed my family, and I'm eternally thankful for that blessing that He's bestowed upon me and my family.